Thanks again for joining me on this week's episode of Sealed for Good. We are talking about the GC2 product in our range. We've had many inquiries about this product. It has been one of the big ones in our system this year during 2017 that has really taken off for us, and it's a big one next year because we've had a few other developments in this area. But you may recall we spoke about GC1 a few months ago, and GC1 is our sheet membrane which basically is made from a core sheet of polyethylene film, plastic film, and either side of it is a fabric that we have on both sides. And the advantage of this system is that it is ideal as an anti-fracture system, waterproof sheet, and a vapor barrier. The GC2 is a modification of GC1. So basically, as you can see on the rear of this face, it has a heavier duty fabric. We colour code our GC range so it's easy to identify on building sites. So it is the yellow facing, the same core film of plastic polyethylene film inside that. It has a fabric on top which allows either cementitious coatings in the way of screeds, tiles to be bonded directly to it, or we can have other coatings like slurry coats or some of our exposed membrane non-slip finishes that can go on top of this. But this system is the big one for external applications. It can be used internally, and it's really used internally as a decoupling system, or where you've got some major cracking on floors that are stable but not good enough to be able to put a liquid or tile directly over. So you could use this as an isolation sheet system. We have a few different types of adhesives for this sheet membrane to bond to any substrate, whether it be a porous or non-porous surface. But it's the external application that is the big one. And there's a few reasons why we specify this in our range now, either for roofing, for podiums, etc. As many of you out there in the design area would know, that the big thing in the market at the moment are podiums now with pedestal pavers. And so pedestal pavers are becoming more popular as an alternative to traditional tiling, because you don't have grout joints that crack or discolour, and you don't have any caulking with silicon joints or movement joints. So we use this down as our sheet system directly over those substrates, whether it be a concrete slab or a sheeting floor like a Skyon system or any other lightweight sheet system. And this will do two things. Firstly, it's a waterproof membrane and it's immediately waterproof, so as soon as we bond it down, the sheet is waterproof. We have a lap joint method, and we use our bond breaker detail, the Elastoproof, that goes around the perimeter edges. However, the biggest advantage of it once it's in place is that its ability to handle movement from the substrate. So if there's any cracking from that substrate, any movement from the sheet joints, from the structural sheeting, it'll accommodate that without coming through to the finish, and that's a big plus. The other thing is the durability and puncture-proof resistance of it. So this is a very durable membrane. This is not like torching on or heating, where you've got to sort of heat things up to get the adhesion or to weld joints together. This is a complete cold lay application. There's nothing hazardous or solvent based in our range to bond or seal this together. And it's one that we're very proud of, and it's really taken off now. We've had some large roof jobs that are being used with this system, where it's either used as a base membrane on the substrate before things like insulation board and concrete slabs are poured on top, and then we use our exposed liquid finishes over it as the trafficable coating, or it's used as the sheet membrane on the roof, and then we have things like our LS roof coat or P17 top coats over the top of that for non-slip flooring and durability, and for long-term UV. The advantage of this over a liquid, it doesn't matter how elastic your liquid membrane is and how good the tensile strength you may claim it to be. The issue with liquid systems and the limitations, and we produce them all the time, is that they are limited to the top and movement and the strength. This is the most durable system that we've got in our range, quite basically, and the reality is that if there was anything to happen to this system in terms of cracking or rupturing, then the waterproofing is the least of your issues. You've got some serious shit going on in that construction, that building, with movement. So the GC2 is now becoming very popular for our applicators and specifiers for the reasons that I just explained, but more importantly, it gives you a longer term finish. So our warranty systems with this are now at 15, 20 years. We recently did a specification where we actually offered the client 25 years depending on what's involved, and we can build that up. So Gripset's tech services are providing specifications for clients on various applications in the market. And this has the ability also, we had recently a suspended swimming pool in a commercial building that needed a concrete base waterproofed. This was used within the pool. We then had our cementitious system over the top of that, C1P on the walls, tiled with our tiling system, and that offered the long-term warranty with the added benefit of security, knowing that the suspended floor on a multi-storey pool is protected with this system without any cracking and water going into the substrate below. GC2, there's a lot happening in our GC range. I'm not going to go into too much detail now, but stay tuned next year in 2018 because there's a lot more being added to our range, some exciting stuff which we're really happy to bring to market and share with our customers, and also the industry in general, just to give them an understanding of where technology and progress is going in this field. If you have any other questions on GC2, please, as you can see now, that number 1-800-650-435, call that and our tech services people are there to help. Or if you have inquiries, email on that one that's up there now. I'm not going to spell it out, but it's thegripset.com. Or just go to our website, all the details are there. Guys and girls, thanks for joining me again on this episode. If you've got any questions, shoot them through. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll talk again soon. See you in the next episode.